Hey, Mama, and welcome back. Welcome back to For Moms, a Safe Space. I want to start today off by saying this. If you found this podcast again after a break, or if you never left but quietly waited for me to return, I'm really glad that you're here. There's something powerful about returning to a space that, for me, it felt like home. It felt like, okay, I have a purpose every week. I'm making these episodes, I'm posting them, people are listening to them, people want to hear what I have to say. But sometimes you have to take a break. Sometimes you have to reset yourself, realign yourself, rebuild, and really figure out your purpose. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? So I took a small break, but I'm back. And I'm hoping you guys are ready for this new season. I want to start by saying I didn't disappear, and I wasn't inconsistent. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't giving up, okay? I was rebuilding. And if you're a mom listening to this, I know you already understand what that really means, even if you've never had the words for it. Because motherhood has a way of tearing down parts of you quietly while the world expects you to keep showing up like nothing changed. So there was a season where I realized something uncomfortable, right? I was holding space for everyone else, but I didn't have any space left for myself. So I'm talking about healing. I'm talking about growth. I'm talking about boundaries. But was I living in that? Was I holding myself accountable and ensuring that I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm setting these boundaries? And when I realized that I wasn't, I said, I need to take a step back. I need to take a little break. So that required silence, right? That required disappointing people. Those of you who have supported me since day one, looking forward to my episodes every Friday. But I needed to choose rest over performance. And that wasn't easy, especially as a mom, because we're taught that disappearing equals failing. A lot of us are taught that. We're taught that if you disappear, if you take a break, you break down, you complain, you're failing. But sometimes you have to disappear in order to survive. So if you've ever felt guilty for not being consistent, not responding to messages, not posting, not showing up the way you used to, let me tell you something gently, right? You're allowed to go quiet while you get yourself back. And you don't owe anyone access to your exhaustion. Now, for me, this is me personally, I don't completely shut people out, like my friends, family, I may just subtly say, you know what, I'm kind of going through it, I'm dealing with a lot. But I'm not the type to just completely stop talking to people unless you did something to me. Now, that's a different story. But I am the type to just be like, look, I'm dealing with a lot right now. So, if I'm not showing up for you how you're used to me showing up, I apologize. But it's just I'm going through something. But then you have those who just don't say anything to you at all, right? They just don't answer your text messages, don't answer your phone calls, don't respond to you on social media. They just go dark on you. And for me, it does bother me because it's even if you are going through something, even if something is bothering you and you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. But at least say to your friends and your family, hey, I'm going to go quiet for a little bit. I'm okay. I don't want you to think like I'm hurt or harm myself or anything like that, but just to say something. Just to say something to let people know, like, look, I'm dealing with something. I think that when people do that and they try to find their sense of self again, that it's a good thing, because you eliminate the distractions. You eliminate the outside opinions, the outside statements that aren't warranted, because only you know how you're feeling internally. Only you know where your goal is to be. Only you know how you want to fix yourself. So when we talk about rebuilding, right? Rebuilding, it doesn't look aesthetic. It doesn't look like morning routines and affirmation mirrors. It's messy. It's lonely. It looks like questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself. It looks like asking, who am I now? What do I actually need? What am I done tolerating? And as moms, we rarely get the luxury of answering those questions out loud, because someone always needs something from us. No matter who it is, someone needs something from us. Moms are constantly being pulled in multiple directions on a daily basis. So when do you have that time to literally just sit and say, okay, what do I actually need? What do I actually want? What am I done tolerating? Like, what have I put up with that I can no longer deal with? And that's what I had to do during that time. That's what I had to do. I had to sit back and I had to just think over a lot of things. And I will say, during that time, I never stopped, doing small things for my podcast. I was always looking up different topics. I was looking on different mom threads, mom TikToks, getting different ideas to see, okay, in this next season, what can I talk about? How can I really take this to the next level where people are like, oh yeah, like, you got to listen to this because she's speaking that, she's speaking that. And I just watched a lot of different people's videos and their perspectives on motherhood from all demographics, from all around. I watched people's messages, I watched people's comments, I watched people's posts, and just to see, okay, how are these people feeling? Are these people feeling like me? And I came across this one video of a mother just ranting about being overwhelmed and ranting about just feeling like a single parent in a, two-parent household. And I went through the comments, and I was going through the comments for a while, because I was like, it is amazing to me how many women out here feel the exact same way. Yes, you have your partner. Yes, you have your kids' fathers are involved in the kids' lives. You guys live together, but still, in a sense, you feel like you're still alone because you are the default parent and you're handling everything that everyone in the household needs. So I looked through those comments, and what I took from that is, we as women are not alone out here in our feelings. A lot of us relate on the same things. And that made me say, you know what? I'm definitely going to bring this podcast back, because I still have so much more that I want to say. And I didn't say enough. So coming back to this, I obviously didn't come back the same version of me. And that's the part I'm going to sit in today. Because motherhood changes your nervous system. It changes your priorities. It changes your tolerance for chaos, disrespect, emotional labor. And things I used to excuse, I'm not excusing anymore. Things I used to push through, I don't want to anymore. And it's not because I'm bitter, not because I'm angry, but because I finally understand what it costs to ignore myself. So now my no is going to be no. And that's powerful for me because I'm trying to transition out of being a people pleaser. I'm trying to transition out of doing things for people that I don't really want to do, but I do because I don't want conflict. Well, now I want all the smoke. Now I want all the smoke. Yeah. I had to realize that, as I've said in previous episodes, I can't pour from an empty cup. So that means I have to put me first. I have to put me and my mental health before anything else. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop showing up for my partner or my children or anyone in my family. It just means that I got to make sure I'm good first. And I think adapting that mindset and starting to truly live in it has made me feel better. Has made me feel like, okay, I don't feel like I have to push through everything now. Like I feel like, okay, I got this because I did the work. I took the steps necessary to put me first. I used to feel guilty about wanting to go outside of my family. Like wanting to hang out with friends outside of my family. Like my kids need me because I'm their mom. But my little one, he just turned 3. My oldest is going to be 13. Like they're not babies. Like they're my babies, but they're not babies. So this year, I'm going to go out. I'm going to hang out with friends. I'm going to do things that make me happy. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Because, again, I can't pour from an empty cup. So my goal is to constantly keep my cup filled this year. That's what I want to do. So this podcast is a safe space, right? And I've always made space for anything that anyone wanted to talk about. Any topics that people messaged me about, I talked about it. But I found that in a lot of my episodes, I kind of dumbed down things, right? Instead of really just being like, you know what? This is what it is. And not feeling ashamed about it. Not feeling like, oh man, this is gonna make some people feel some type of way. No, speaking my truth. That's what I need to do. That's the purpose, to speak my truth. Now, my hope for this season is that I do have some more mothers that, want me to be their voice, want me to share their stories for them. Because, again, that's the whole reason why I created this platform. I want to talk about the things that are uncomfortable for some mothers, the things that mothers are afraid to say out loud because of the judgment. I want to talk about it. I want to be that voice. I'll take the judgment. I'll take the people saying negative things about it. I'll take the people saying, oh, your podcast is negative. Oh, your podcast sounds like a dark cloud. People who say that are people who don't understand and can't relate to the purpose, the point of this podcast. Because if you're not a mom, if you don't have kids in some type of capacity, whether you gave birth to them, you adopted them, or you're a step parent, you wouldn't understand the things that mothers go through on a daily basis. You wouldn't understand the running checklist that's going through a mom's mind on a daily basis. You wouldn't understand why at 10, 11 o'clock at night, mom is still up while the entire house is asleep and she's scrolling on her phone or she's watching a show when she should be sleeping because she's exhausted. But this is the only time she has peace from everybody in the household. So my podcast is targeting a certain audience, and that's women who have children in some form, some way. Again, whether you gave birth to them, whether you adopted them, or whether you are a bonus parent. That's the purpose. To relate to other mothers. So, this isn't a place for toxic positivity. This isn't a place for pretending we're okay when we're not. And that's another big one that a lot of us mothers have to get out of. Stop saying, I'm fine. Stop saying, I'm okay. Say what's on your mind. Put it out there. No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You know why I'm not okay? Because I heard the word mom 50 times in 2 minutes. I'm not okay because this kid threw a tantrum over cereal and threw the whole bowl on the ground. I'm not okay because in the midst of them throwing a tantrum, I'm getting work emails that I got to respond to. I'm not okay because I looked in the refrigerator and I realized that we only have a little bit of milk left. And now I got to go to the market to get more milk because I'm the only one who keeps a running checklist of everything that's required in the house. So no more pretending we're okay. Say what's on our minds. Say how we're feeling. This isn't a place where moms have to be grateful and silent at the same time. Here, we tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it contradicts who we used to be. Now, listening back to what I just said, some can say I may be contradicting myself and saying, don't say I'm fine when I'm not, because I have a habit of saying that. I have a habit of saying I'm fine. And 9 times out of 10, me saying I'm fine is a way of protecting myself. Because if I really said what was on my mind all the time, some people's feelings would be really hurt. But gone are the days. Gone are the days. Let it out. Say what it is. If you're listening and you feel behind in life, behind financially, because we know how things are going in the world now, in these, what do they say, unprecedented times. We've been saying that for like the last 6 years. We got to get away from that. If you feel behind emotionally or behind in your healing, I need you to hear this. You are not late. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're becoming. And becoming takes time, especially when you're doing it while raising humans. So give yourself grace, because I'm giving myself a lot of grace. I'm no longer going to be hard on myself and talk down on myself. Nope, I'm going to give myself grace because I'm still evolving and I'm still trying to figure out me and figure out my purpose in life and figure out what really makes me happy and how to accomplish that happiness. I want you to take a deep breath with me for a second. Just for a second. So we're going to breathe in. And let it out. You made it through something. Even if no one clapped, even if no one noticed, I see you. Each and every day, we make it through something. each and every day we have one small win. And to others, it may be like, oh my God, they're celebrating that. But to you, it's the biggest win, right? The biggest win. You clap for you. You celebrate you. I have some affirmations that I want to share with you. And it goes like this. I am allowed to change. Sit with that. Understand it. I am allowed to rest. You have to rest. You have to allow yourself that. You can't keep going. Can't keep going on an empty battery. I am allowed to rebuild at my own pace. There is no time limit on rebuilding. There's no time limit on it. Take your time, because I'm still in the process of rebuilding. And I took 4 months off from this. Am I exactly where I want to be mentally? No, I'm not. But I'm on the right path. And that's all that matters. So don't put a time limit on yourself and say, in 6 months, I want to be this person. No. Go with the flow. Go with your healing. I am not behind. I am becoming. Don't look at your peers and think that you're behind. Don't look at your peers and think that, oh, I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. Because everyone is on their own path. You're not on someone else's path. You have your own. And just because someone is a little bit further on the board than you are, doesn't mean that you're behind. In due time. In due time. And finally, I don't have to earn my worth through exhaustion. Being a good mom doesn't mean that you are tired all the time. Being a good mom doesn't mean that you run yourself into the ground. Being a good mom is taking care of you first to ensure that you have the energy for everyone else around you. So, it's not selfish to put yourself first. And if you are in a place where you feel like, you know what, I do everything for everyone else, when am I going to do something for myself? I've been there. And I've been working on putting me first. And I want you to do the same thing. Put yourself first. So, thank you for coming back to this space. Thank you for trusting me again. And thank you for trusting yourself enough to keep listening. If this episode resonated, share it with a mom who needs permission to breathe. And if you're new here, welcome. This is for moms, a safe space. I'm really glad you're here. Be gentle with yourself, mamas. Until next time.